Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I have decided to redo my campaign. I was not a fan of playing as a cavalry officer. That's just not the playstyle that's for me. It could be for some of you, but it was not for me. I'm more of an infantry guy. I prefer to stand in the front lines, push my forces forward, and flanking in slower movements. Cavalry was just not enough manpower, not enough, like, it's just too much that I don't like to do. So I'm going to start a new campaign. Now what I will do is, when starting my new campaign, I am going to use the same character name, same portrait and everything, so I can just use the same questions that were in my previous video, so I don't have to go through everything again. And if you are tuning in for the first time, thank you for coming to SAC Gaming. I am a new content creator, and I am looking to show some of the games I enjoy playing, show new gamers, things that we don't know. Because I'm still fairly new at playing some of these games. There's still a lot to learn. I haven't done too many playthroughs. I've only actually completed one playthrough on here. So I am looking at, growing and just developing content to help other people get better at different games. I will be including many other games in the future, but for now I'm starting off with the Civil War. And again, like my previous playthrough, I am doing a Confederate campaign. If this one doesn't go how I'm expecting, I will try out a Northern campaign. But for now, I'm just wanting to see if I am able to strategically bring the South to win the Civil War. It is not an easy feat in this game, at least from my knowledge and time that I've played this game. So we are going to go ahead and begin. Now, when we first join in, I am probably going to, if it gives me the option, um, I really like the 1st Brigade of the Potomac. I've looked at a few of them. On my last playthrough as infantry, I made the brutal mistake and chose a special brigade. Had no clue what that meant, and all it meant was you are in command of half the forces that you normally would be. So you're an infantry brigade with half the numbers, and it never really seemed to get up over that 500 manpower mark. And because I was limited and going against regiments that were, you know, it seemed like every other regiment was 1,000 troops. It just wasn't working for me. So I'm going to go into 1st Brigade. I like Bonham, but it doesn't look like there's a 2nd Brigade, which I believe is Longstreet. I'm not 100%. I need to pay better attention when I start these videos, I guess. But I know I'm not doing cavalry, and I'm definitely not doing artillery. And I want a sizable amount of men. So it definitely looks like the 7th South Carolina might be my way to go. Or the 8th South Carolina. They're both got the same amount of men. I'm not sure what kind of rifling we're looking at. Are we using muskets? Are we using the Mississippi? Because some of these have the Mississippi rifle, some have mixed muskets, some have the Springfields. It's really, what are we going to do? Which one are we going to pick? It doesn't really tell you much. Now, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and start off as an entire brigade, but I don't want to do that. I want to build myself up, my prestige, and my character before I take over a brigade. Go ahead and get a lot of prestige stored up, because right now I could take over 1st Brigade, which would give me 3,700 men, but would also cost me 1,000 prestige. If I wait for a promotion, I can actually get a brigade of my own for relatively cheap, if not free. So I will start off with a regiment in the 1st Brigade, the 7th South Carolina. Okay, I am going to go to my camp because I know that I'm going to be putting some points into leisure. I want to build prestige and get some money going. So leisure, we'll go ahead and put 1 in politics, because honestly I haven't noticed too big. You can raise your politics points up and get prestige bonuses, but I have not really noticed a big increase in prestige just from politics. And you only need 1 point in politics to do any of the political actions that are able to get you prestige or money. So just do the bare minimum when you're doing those. There's really no point in doing any more. Now, like I've said in my previous videos, I do like to start off with drilling the troops pretty heavy, just because they're untrained. If you look down in the bottom left, they're an untrained, group of rabble. They're garbage time. They're cannon fodder pretty much. You want to get them trained up as quick as possible. They don't have to get them all the way up to regular. I do like them up at regular. They're less likely to break. They're going to be more accurate. They're just a much better troop to have in battle. But getting them a little bit of that experience and that training in definitely helps quicker. Alright, my next one is going to be inspect logistics. I definitely want this up. I don't know what it is, but the AI, they are horrible with their logistics, with getting supplies to their armies. So you want this a little higher, that way you can be bringing in those supplies that your regiment or brigade are going to need. Okay, so I have 6 more points to spend. Right now I don't have any subordinates, so there's no reason for me to look there. Military studies, I'm going to go ahead and bump this up 2 points, because I definitely want to be working on the art of war. Planning with staff, I can't click this one yet because I have yet to hire a staff. I still need to do that. So I'm going to make sure to save 2 points. Recruitment, I don't need to worry about. We are still currently in the very beginning of the game. And exercise the troops. We haven't done much to earn perks, so I don't really want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and bump my rest up 2 points. I've noticed I really should have that about 7, so I will take 1 off of inspect logistics, just because if you don't have your rest up, you will get sick all the time. Your health will deteriorate, and your guy will come down with some sort of illness crazy a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and my headquarters and go ahead and get my general staff. So my adjutant is going to be, well, it costs the most to get Lieutenant Bagley. And if you look, staff effects, he's going to affect my initiative plus 9 4/10, and battle delay minus 9 4/10. And then Lieutenant Morgan is a little bit cheaper, but he does have less of the effects by 3/10. So it's not too much, but it's enough where I'm going to go ahead and spend those 3 prestige points. Okay, next one we'll look at is my quartermaster. I'll look at my second in command here in a second, but my quartermaster, I want those supplies. Like I said, want to make sure I get a good quartermaster. Now, I don't know what it is with the game. I will go ahead and let y'all know that don't always look to the far left. Most of the time, your best one is on the left, but I have seen over to the far right, I've seen 150s over here, and they're just kind of hiding, so make sure you're looking at everybody. So it looks like Lieutenant Morgan was still going to be on our staff. He's going to affect my supplies by 11 3/10. So he's actually much better quartermaster, which we could have put Bagley there, but I feel the initiative and the supply, you want to have, you want to have somebody that's going to do pretty good on both. Which I could have reversed them, and it would have been about the same either way. Alright, so my second in command, Now we can come over here and get these really, really bad administrators. I mean, they are garbage. Now I hate that these guys don't have pictures. Like, I really wish we can get some pictures in for these guys, and I may spend one day going through looking up every single one of these guys that don't have pictures, and even the ones that the AI creates. I may just go and put them all in a file and find the file within the game and start uploading pictures. But for now, I'm going to pick this Lieutenant Colonel Archer. So he is going to give me an administration plus 6.5, and if you notice, right now I'm mediocre on my administration. It's at almost 4 complete stars, but once I add him, it filled in that last star. So these guys do affect your stats, so make sure you are getting the best you can. That's also why I recommend saving up as much prestige as possible in your lower ranks. Don't spend it on silly stuff. Don't waste it on doing too many actions that take a lot of prestige. Save it up and then start building yourself even better. You'll get the promotions, you'll get the ranks without spending that money. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and look at my actions before I go back to camp. Now, I know I just said don't spend your prestige, but I am getting, the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this fire eater. That thing can hurt your career. So I am going to go ahead and get rid of it. You can get rid of it by doing an action. The political compromise, it's pretty much saying, hey, I'm not as crazy about my political party as I was. I've kind of taken back seat, and I'm kind of, listening to arguments now. So we definitely want to get rid of that. It's going to help your relationship with other generals within your army. So we'll go ahead and let that finish right now. It's saying that'll take 23 7/10 days, so 24 days roughly. Now I have completed all those actions because I don't have any money yet. And now I will come in and I will plan with staff. Planning with staff, it does increase the skills of your staff members. I'm really hoping I can get a companion that will fit this job. So when you get the companions, like right now I'm doing 2 points. Every time you get a companion, you can put one in each slot depending on where they best fit. Each one has their own place. Like, you can't just put them anywhere. So when I do find him, I'll put him here, and I'll take these 2 points I'm using out because that companion is going to give me +2. So instead of having it be a +4, I'll move those 2 points to somewhere else I better need them. So say at the time I need more training or I need to motivate men or exercise the troops, I'll have those extra points available. Okay. Now, like I've said, I'm still pretty new to this. This is all stuff I've learned. If there's anybody out there that has any suggestions or can help some of these new guys the way I'm trying to help them out, please feel free to comment below. Any help on, especially a game as in depth as this one, is much needed. Even I'm still needing help on this game. I've reached out to some other YouTubers. I want to give a shout out to Great Scott. I've been watching a lot of your content later, and like just some of the things I've learned watching you play. It's like, man, I could have been doing that and not get my armies completely annihilated. So I appreciate all the information you're putting out on the channel. Also, there's several of you guys. I'll give more shout outs in future videos to come, but we'll stick with one at a time for now. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and move. Well, actually, I want to look at my military. So I'm the 7th South Carolina. I'm under General Bonham. Oh, and Longstreet is 4th Brigade. So right now we have mixed muskets. I don't believe that I can get anything better. I cannot. That's not a surprise. At the beginning of the Civil War, the South just kind of picked up the rifles in their homes and they did with what they could. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and progress forward a little bit. Alright, war. We are finally at war. We shall see what Beauregard's got. Alright, my new command, I'm in command of a regiment, like I've already said. Go ahead, skip through that. Alright, now one other thing I've done on this game is you are able to create avatars on the main screen, and I have gone through. I will introduce you to my buddies. They're in the officers. So as soon as I get my own brigade, I always promote my buddies to the cavalry I can get. So I always put my good friends in there. We got my buddy Mike, Bill, and those are the only two in this one, which I guess. Oh, that's right. I put two of my other friends. They're on the north, so hopefully we can battle it out, see who wins. Just kind of have fun. So we're going to go ahead and advance this clock forward and see what we can do. Okay, so we barely even started this campaign. The army has barely moved, and we have already lost a ship. That sounds about right. I'm really looking at... Oh, let's go ahead and pause that real quick. I need to figure out where my army's at. Looks like we're heading to Alexandria, excuse me. And it looks like we're going to be taking on the 1st Division, and it looks like the 2nd Division. Alright, well, this is not good. That bar is already way low. Why is it already so low? Like, there's only been 2 battles and they've won 2. So we definitely need to come out with a win here, because right now it is not looking good. And that doesn't look good at all. We are coming up against 3 divisions and then the Department of Washington, which has less men than those divisions, but it is, I guess technically, no, it's a division. You can always tell by the top above the troop type. So the X is the infantry troop, but it's got 2 stars, so that tells me that it is a division. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and play this battle and see if we can come out on top. Okay, so there's 27,000 men under Brigadier General Hunter, and General Beauregard has 18,544. So they've got about 8,500 men on us, or 9,500 men. No, 85. I had it right the first time. School brain hadn't kicked back in yet. Kind of not ready to go back, but you know, gotta get those kids building a future for us all. So it is a passion to teach. That is part of the reason I wanted to make this channel, to teach, you know, a passion I have with video gaming. Alright, so it looks like we are actually going to be defending. I know that by looking at the little mountain range at the top with the box around it. So first thing I want to do, they've got an entry point down here, up here. There's our entry point. So it looks like they've got 2 entry points. So more than likely this group here, they may come up this way. I've seen them do that in the past. And then this entry point here, they'll come straight across. Hopefully Beauregard's smarter than he was on my last playthrough, where he just had us all kind of jumbled up, and we we got pretty much toasted. Let's go ahead and I don't want to build anything because I do not. It's already pretty late in the day, so let's wait to build, see where they're going to come at us from, and see where Beauregard is ordering us to. Because it seems like anytime I build something right before nightfall, I always get an order to say, all right, now come all the way over, across the map. It's like, okay, well, I just wasted those points and that defensive resource. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a quick speed up just to kind of get time flowing. I'll pause it once I start seeing some action, but right now they're just now entering, so we should have a moment. Let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. I guess there's always a chance they can come around this way. They don't normally, but there's always that chance. And you know what? Let me pause this real quick because I didn't even click my regiment. Let's go ahead and come over here. Alright. And if you notice, our melee is poor. That has to do with our mixed muskets. We have 40 ammunition. Cover, we have none. Our current status is idle. Now our situation, this is very important to pay attention to in the game. Alright, because it's our first battle, that is lowering our morale. So, and if you also notice, this unit is in the battle for the first time ever. While its morale is capped, it may be increased by drilling and the commander's leadership. So my leadership is pretty bad. I spent most of my time making sure my administration was good. Leadership's a little easier, in my opinion, to build than leadership. Or than administration, excuse me. Alright, so we are supported. That means that we have our flanks protected. They really like the commander, and we have cavalry close to us. So the infantry guys, they like that cavalry being close. I just couldn't give them that in my last playthrough. Alright, so let's go ahead and push it forward. It might be nightfall before we see anything, so we'll be mindful of that. I think we should be back over here watching that bridge, but we're at this fence. But General Bonham has ordered us where we are, and I am a guy that follows orders almost to the T. I didn't really do it with my cavalry officer because, well, cavalry officers back then were reckless. There we go. Like I said, it was going to be an end of the day. And also, like I predicted, he has moved us, and we are actually right in front of some enemies. I didn't even see them pop up on my map. So they must have, they're probably going to redeploy or stick where they're at. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. We'll go ahead and do long range. I don't want to send out skirmishers yet. Attack columns. No, we'll do single. Commander. Alright, build. Okay, so there's nothing right now I need to do. So we're just going to push play. I really don't like that our artillery is right here and they have it almost flanked. So what I'm actually going to do is turn myself to look that way. Looks like they're fleeing over in that direction. They're all coming around, so they may be coming to try and take the side. explain why I wasn't able to turn. There we go. So they're moving heavy artillery up. Alright, we have been deployed to the reserve. So I'm just outside of there, so let's go ahead and get behind that fence. This is what I was talking about earlier with Beauregard having all the men just kind of jumbled up. He set up a defensive position, then he goes and moves everybody. Nobody's facing in the same direction. We're considered in the reserve, even though we are actually in the front of this line. They're coming right at us. So, I would really care to know how we are in reserve. Now, if there's anybody out there that really enjoys playing the in the saddle mode, I have looked at it, I'm curious about it, but I'm not sure if it's for me, so just give me comments what you think about it. Personally, really have debated trying it out. If I'm not mistaken, it is one of the settings that you can change mid-game. Okay, so it looks like we have the 79th New York is coming to cavalry is moving. Face this way since they're alright, let's see. Right now we are in minor victory. We have lost 379, they've lost 200. But why are all that? Why am I being left? Why is Bonham not ordering me to do anything else? Okay. So everybody else is moving. I have not been ordered to do anything new. So am I supposed to be taking them on by myself? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind, but we're gonna lose a whole regiment if that's the case. There are just too many here. You got 600, 650, another 600 that is currently broken. Sit there on the move. We're in reserve, so we're going to stay back, see how the main force is doing. We got something going on over here. Okay, it looks like they got half the force attacking us from the south, half attacking us from the west, and a nice little cluster moving up here. And I'm wondering what this cluster is going to do. We don't have a lot of troops right here, and for some reason the front of the fight is what they're considering as the rear detachment. So, guess we will find out. He's gonna get himself killed. Lost 2. Now some of these infantry regiments would leave, I would gladly come and wipe out some of these artillery. The infantry's 4 is attacking head on, and right now I can't do much with all these other infantry regiments here. Alright, let's push it forward a little bit, because right now ain't nobody moving. Unless you want a 2-hour-long video, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to leave my cursor on that play button, so look at all that. I'm really surprised they have not started moving up towards us. Oh, here they come. Good news is we are behind cover. We're behind. Well, we're not behind anything, even though it says we are. It's because that little piece of fence is touching us. And we need to move up. Alright, no problem. We will engage at will. Don't worry about that, because you waited a whole minute before you told me that. Alright. You can lay down. That's going to increase. It's going to increase accuracy, but it is also going to dramatically reduce our rate of fire. So, it's also going to help not lose as many men. If you notice, my morale is already starting to take a hit. We lost 16 really quick. We did not lose there. Head into that. Why you would send one? Let's see. The enemy that was routed is near us right now, right now we have a minor victory going. I don't know how long we're going to hold this minor victory. It's not looking terrible for us. It's only 9 in the morning. Our morale is still, we are still unstable. We are getting really close to breaking there. Looks like keep doing what we're doing, we may actually pull out the win here. Somehow I got a route. attach to my skirmishers. Go down the hill. Let's stay on top of the hill. Why you don't do 20 times, y'all. That was stupid. Commander. Saying our status is engaged. We are, but we aren't. Ammo, we're about halfway. We're stable again, thank goodness, but we are really close to not being. Let's see. Now they are definitely pushing on Henry Hill pretty heavy. Like, they have moved the bulk of their army over. Take Henry Hill. We have the other two objectives currently, but it really doesn't look like there is a lot of anything between. Now I want to move my movement to this fence. They'll probably give me an order to go somewhere else, but I know I don't want to be in that cluster that is coming up on our right flank. This is our first battle. We are severely outmanned. We are still holding victory somehow. Well, they have now lost 700 more men than us, so that is a good sign. Maybe I should stay over here. Taking some casualties. We have actually lost about a quarter of our troops, and we did rout. So, we're broken. Hopefully we do not leave the battlefield entirely. Where it's saying we're going, so that is a strong possibility that we might be leaving the battlefield entirely, which will give us a draw. I hope we don't get a draw, but yeah, we got a bunch of guys leaving the battlefield, so let's go ahead and fast forward this to the end, because for some reason, as soon as you leave the battle, it's over. We are so close to victory. We are now exhausted, we're panicked, we're broken, we're untrained, we're all the bad stuff. So, who was leaving before us? Right now it's a minor victory. I guess we could pull it off. I've never seen it give you a victory after your regiment leaves, though. So we shall see. Oh, we did get a victory. We retreated. Hopefully that doesn't defame us. I really hope it doesn't. It possibly could. Inspect the battlefield real quick. Let's see how we did. And 1st Brigade. Okay, so we were in 313 engagements. We inflicted 126 casualties, which was actually the best in our brigade, but we also lost. Let's see. Fighting Spirit 86. How many did we lose? I cannot remember how to check that. So a total of 146. We had 30 go missing, we had 101 wounded, and we had 15 killed. So we didn't have too many killed. We did lose 22% of our, we had 22% casualties, which is not ideal, but it's also not terrible for the first battle of our young career. Sorry about that, that is really loud. And alright, well, once this loads up, that is where I'm going to end tonight's video. Thank you for following along. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And again, please leave me any comments or helpful tips that you can, not just for me, but for anybody else who may watch this page and is just starting out playing the game. So, let's see, it looks like we lost 2,300 to their 3,800. Well, this is a good sign. It hadn't said I've fallen in disgrace yet. Colonel Evans did become famous and an inspiration to his men. So, maybe we did not get disgraced by fleeing that battle. We'll just say I took my guys, you know, we knew the battle was over, so we went to go relax. That's what we'll say. Alright. Officers lost. Colonel Bate was injured. Okay. We did capture 2,000 rifles. Okay, let's see if I can actually do anything with those 2,000 rifles. I don't think you can, but we are going to try. We cannot. Let's push play real quick. That way I can just go ahead and see real fast. Let's let a little time go, not too much. Maybe go to the next morning. Alright, finally saw the elephant. Go ahead and stop this real quick before I end up in a fight. So yeah, still cannot do anything. Alright, well, thank y'all for watching, and I will be back with another video within the next couple days. Alright, thank you. Good night.